Alright, so our boy is down bad. 47% win rate, Masters plus. I think even, yeah, 47.7 ranked games only, 29,000 matches. So we are going to be doing a little theory crafting here on Nunu. Seeing as he has these multiple move speed bugs, which are supposed to be fixed in like 4 days from now on Thursday, I really feel like Phase Rush doesn't feel that great on Nunu with the current state of the game. He doesn't scale as well. Phase Rush is going to be nerfed. He kind of falls off. Demonic doesn't feel as great because games go longer. Laners get more XP. They're generally 2 levels up on jungle. Let me get rid of this. And I gotta take this out of full screen because it was actually... I can leave it. But...
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
let me see, what do they have here? Okay. I'm not a big fan of green pet just because they took the tenacity and everything out of it, so I think blue pet for the move speed and Nunu's just kind of like base kit still feels the best. But seeing how laners generally have a 2 level lead on jungle now, and you'll usually be obviously 2 levels behind if you don't play super well early. You're going to be paper thin if you try and build AP early. So what I'm trying to cook up right now is going to be testing Aftershock Nunu. So runes in the bottom left, you can kind of see. We'll put those up on the screen. But Aftershock, Font of Life, I'm going to test between Font of Life and Demolish. Conditioning and Revitalize to help Nunu's healing and shielding. And then Triumph and Tenacity. I'll probably mess around with secondary runes to see what I like best. But I'm thinking with the Phase Rush nerfs and how the game's going, considering they're scaling more, they changed pet scaling to increase armor and MR to make your clear faster. It just feels like, I think Demonic Nunu will still be playable, and it's still something I'm going to test once the bugs get fixed and Phase Rush gets nerfed. But I think just our Ganky Boy AP carry playstyle might not be the most optimal anymore, just with how games go. So we're going to try out more of a tank playstyle. Depending how the game goes, I'll get to my item sheet here, what I'm thinking about. And I also think a good playstyle to try and pick him up, possibly, again this is something I'll be testing, but is more of a full clear approach, because you get punished more now as a jungler if you skip camps, you aren't sequencing your camps properly, and you just fall behind if the early ganks don't work out. So right now I could look for a bot gank. Looks like Varus went to ward. Okay. So they're just leaving bot lane right now. Varus is still there. Pyke's gone though. I don't know if Jason has his vision there. Yo, thanks for the sub, Crafters.
Yeah.
Welcome back, bro.
Disco.
Recraft
Yeah, I don't
just
think Jason's
subscribed.
aware.
All are good, sir.
Yeah, we got Crab up in 10. We're gonna play around Crab. Pot up so we're healthy. And then we can look to go bot after Crab. Maybe we just go mid. Bot isn't really an option. They have wards. Can try and burn Victor's flash. Look at how slow my boy is. Okay. Alright, well we got his flash like we said. I'm gonna go take my Gromp and then look to reset. But the build we're kind of cooking up here is... and again, still gonna have to do some testing. But with Aftershock, you scale with resistances. Aftershock itself scales with resistances. So Sunfire is going to be something we're looking to build early, at least Bamius for the early HP, sustain, Great item on Nunu. Helps clear camps. We probably get flash on Varus here. Okay, Aftershock proc. We're tanky. We're just gonna help push out this wave here. There's a big wave. And the reason is that I want to try Aftershock is because pretty much every other rune in the game got hit. Just prevent Pyke from freezing that. Pretty much every other rune in the game got hit. Except Aftershock. I think they did some minor nerfs through it throughout the beginning of the season. I'd have to look back on patch notes. Okay, here I'm actually going to go for Boots Dark Seal. I think Dark Seal is still a very undervalued item. A lot of people don't build it on Nunu for some reason. Looks like Skarner might have taken all my top side. I could have gotten just Bammies, but I do value the early move speed as well for ganking. I'm doing well, crafters. Yeah, we're doing some testing. Okay. Skarner is here. Jax shouldn't die. Oh, he just got chain CC'd though, he's dead.
An ally has been slain.
Bummer. Okay, I just warded there so Jace can see so we can stop his back. I gotta take Skarner's jungle here. There we go. They trade 2 camps for 2 camps. Probably gonna look for a top gank. Yo, what's up, Undead? Sorry guys, we're trying to record a Nunu video at the moment, so I won't be as engaged with chat this game, just because I'll have to try and focus on the game plus the commentary.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
But yeah, so generally Bammies early. I'm honestly not a huge fan of resist boots. I think that into certain comps, maybe, you know, if they're full auto attackers. Oh! Alright, we're just stuck in the wall. Chill though. Okay. Aftershock proc, he can't kill me. Very tanky. And the playstyle that we're trying to do as Nunu basically with going Aftershock and tanky, you could take this, I mean, if Seraphim wants help, is playing less to carry in a damage sense, but more to carry in a sense of being that tanky frontline that every team so desperately needs, and playing to keep your Dark Seal stacks. Because the tankier you are, the less likely you are to die. You have that early Dark Seal, the more likely you are to keep your stacks. Okay, chain CC. Beautiful. We can look to dive here. You just gotta push us out. Just wait for me, wait for me. Okay, never mind, Bard hits good stun. Sweet. Alright, so team's playing well here. So yeah, see I have 4 stacks, I got 1400 gold right now, so I'm gonna look to reset, ideally play Herald if I can. It looks like Skarner might be here. But because Aftershock scales with resistances, laners are going to be outscaling you, they're going to be higher XP than you. What do they have here? They have AP, a lot of AD. I don't think I'm going to rush Sunfire. If I'm going to go Joxia this game, they have a fair amount of CC. I think if they have slows, Swifties is something you could take to make up for the fact you don't have Phase Rush. But I think this game is just going to be cooldowns. I think I prefer, so far, either Swifties or Boots of Lucidity because they're cheaper, you get the MS earlier, it's a quicker spike. Whereas something about Resistance Boots just doesn't feel that amazing. I think especially because you're playing Aftershock, we want to try and get those tank items earlier. And I think Sunfire is something that I'm not going to be completing first item unless they're primarily AD. Which they are here, but again, Aftershock scales off of resistances, both resistances. So I believe Jock Show is probably going to be the best. I think Radiant is also a decent buy. Because you can play with Sunfire, scale around HP and whatnot. But I think just from a sheer resistance standpoint, stacking stats with conditioning, with Aftershock, you'll basically just be this disgustingly tanky menace. And I think some people may not be too fond of this playstyle, and it's unfortunate, just, you know, freak season, but I think even though it may not be the most fun, flashy Nunu playstyle, I think sometimes you just need to adapt to certain situations, even when your champ doesn't feel the greatest. Which is Nunu right now in a nutshell. You know, we're negative win rate in all elos. Who knows if it's going to improve or not with MS bug change. I want to take this and then try and go mid here. Team's getting ganked up on. Okay, good TP. I want to try and go Varus here if I can. Probably get his flash here. Okay, didn't even need to ult there, that's fine though. Look to invade Skarner's jungle a bit. Just deny him. So the unfortunate thing is, of course, you're a little bit more reliant on team, which obviously I'm not super fond of. But again, the way the meta is right now, if you build the like Blasting Wand, Lucidity Boots early, you're going to be level 5 when the enemy Jax or enemy Alawi or whatever enemy top laner is going to be level 7. You know, Renekton, like, can you imagine having a Blasting Wand and Lucidity Boots and a level 7 Renekton just walks up to you, clicks one button, and you're dead? So I find that in that sense, you'll get punished a lot harder. You'll have to play that much more perfectly for either full AP or hybrid AP to work. I do have Aftershock here, so like they shouldn't be able to dive me. See, this is what I'm saying. Look at it, like, I've still got 1400 gold in the bank. I proc Aftershock, I've got so much armor and MR, they just can't do anything to me. Whereas, if I was hybrid or AP there, I would have been absolutely deleted. So we can just run Varus down here. Take a drink of coffee. And just make sure he has no fun. We proc Aftershock. Look at that, 134 armor from 79. Okay, sidestep the Victor. He has no stun. Ult instantly gets cancelled. I'm going to flash out there because 3 turret shots would kill me. I'd love to help my team, but I need to reset here, so I'm going to look to clear this ward, reset with my 2k gold. Look at this. 12 minutes in the game, 10 stack Darksteel. This is like Masters Elo. This count has fallen quite a bit from testing, but I think seeing as they're mainly AD here, I know I said I wasn't going to build Sunfire, but because I have a perfect back to full buy it, then I can just buy some more resistances. And that's what we'll do. Looks like they might be playing Dragon here. I think more than likely most games I'll like Lucidity Boots. Still buying them early compared to Swifties, but I think into certain comps, like, you know, if they have an Ashe, a Zillion, these really annoying slows, I think you can make great use of Swifties to make up for having Aftershock instead of Phase Rush. Okay, probably can't do anything here. Pike's pretty low though. Okay, that Aftershock proc was actually pretty chill, I'm not gonna lie. Varus would have to ult me to save him. Or I just get stunned.
Killing spree.
And now he has his passive. Okay, there's the Aftershock. I'm just looking to run away here because they had 3. Sidestep the Pike. And we run away. Alright. I also know a lot of you guys in the comments have been saying Why are you recording with map cover? Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna try and not record with map cover anymore. I thought there was a workaround to have 2 OBSs open and essentially record locally that way, like stream on one OBS client while recording on the other. But unfortunately, then you run into the issue of the camera source being utilized by 2 separate OBSs, so that's a bug. So we're just gonna play, and if we get ghosted, we get ghosted. I think I prioritize content for you guys over my enjoyment and climbing. Oh. We're in a great spot right now. We got 10 stacks Dark Seal. We're chonky boy. He's gonna look to ult here. We're gonna ult. And we're gonna look to reset. We got 1400 gold. So you can still play this tempo heavy playstyle. As you can see, I'm not farming a lot. And then here we're gonna go, actually wait, I couldn't full buy that? Okay, so yeah, Jock Show is gonna be the best, I'd say, in most games. I think maybe if I had a back there and I could full buy Radiant just to keep my tempo and my advantage up, then maybe I would full build Radiant. But I think generally the build is gonna be Bammies, depending on your backs or if they're mainly full AD into Sunfire. But buying tier 2 boots before you complete Sunfire. And then either going into Mythic, which is generally going to be Jock Show. And then generally I think just because you're going to be going Aftershock, you want to be tanky, you want to get that HP. Also Radiant scales with HP. Is to be going Thornmail. Great item on Nunu. Generally we're going to be wanting building HP in our runes. Like look at this damage on Skarner. I know I'm 2 levels up on him, but like Aftershock feels pretty good. I might die here though. Just because I'm testing a bit. So yeah, that was kind of imp by me. Don't repeat that. That wasn't bad damage though. Aftershock. But yeah, so then I'd say like Thornmail, Abyssal Mask. It's the best MR item in the game. Really good if you have a lot of MR on or AP on your team. Randuin's is good because they made it cheaper, so now you can build it between Frozen Heart. And I think generally just like building HP on Nunu is very good, especially in the current meta. So if they have crit, build Randuins. If they don't have crit, I'd say Thornmail. I think Frozen Heart has kind of fallen off in my opinion a little bit. Because even though we have Aftershock, we have all these stats, we've prioritized HP with Sunfire, we still only have 2k health. So like, this Alawi has as much health as us, and she's built full damage. Seraphine almost has as much health as me, and she's built full AP. Jace, 400 health less than me, full AD. So, imagine if I just had Blasting One, you know what I mean? Sure, there's a Giant Spell with Demonic, but then we don't have those stats, right? So even though I've been playing the game pretty well, I've been farming decently efficiently, like much more so than Skarner. I'm still only level 10. Jax is 12, Alawi's 11. Like, Victor's the same level as me. So it's all these indirect nerfs, essentially, to Nunu, and changes that really make it difficult to play the full AP playstyle. Okay. Flash. Let's clear this ward. Gonna be playing for Jock Show here. 1200. Probably could just go clear my full bot side. Hear me out. Ability haste full resist Nunu. You get your Q up as often as possible, giving you a bunch of extra AP. Yeah, so that's why I take the CDR rune and the tertiary runes, and then also build CDR boots. Also, the other thing about Radiant is that I really used to like the item, but since they've changed it / nerfed it, if you actually look at the item, Jock shows 400 health, 30/30, 20 ability haste, right? I gotta drop this actually. I'm gonna reset and drop this. Got Baron in a minute, 20. I'm gonna drop this with Jax. And I'm gonna wait for the 50 gold while I talk about this. So yeah, 400 health, 30 armor, 30 magic resist, 20 ability haste. Okay? And this is 3200, Radiance 2700, you get 350 health, 30 magic, 30 armor resist, but only 10 ability haste. And the passive only gives health, whereas the passive in Jock Show gives 5 armor, 5 MR. And the other thing too is that if you look at the League wiki for Jock Show and you look at the gold efficiency kind of cost breakdown of the stats per gold kind of thing, Joksho is much more gold efficient than Radiant in the long run because of its passive and because of its Voidborn resilience with stacking armor and MR. Because every armor and every MR you get has gold value. So it might be initially more expensive, but it scales much better. And cost efficiency in the long run is actually better on that item. Obviously you just spike faster with Radiant, but it's just like Even Shroud. Sure, you can build Even Shroud Nunu, but you scale like a dog. I really just want to deny Skarner here, to be honest. I don't think we need to force anything. Jack's the bot. The only thing is, okay, they kill Pyke. Actually, we can just go Baron, guys. Allow he's dead. Jax is pushing inside. Just come Baron. I'm interested to see what my damage is like when I don't have Demonic. As far as final item options, again, I know the games go longer now, but I think just because Nunu's still low econ, like, I'm 2 items right now at 20 minutes, and I'm 4-1 in 10, so like, this is a very good game. It's not going to happen every single game, so like, I might get to 3 items. Maybe. So I think like, for 3rd and 4th item options, you're probably going to be looking if you can keep your stacks relatively high. Medjai's would be very good because you have Aftershock stats, Joksho, you're very tanky. So you can play to get some more damage that way. Otherwise, we're just coin flipping a fight here when we have a Baron. You can just take this. Just wait smite if you can. Okay, we can just reset and then look to push the team or Jack splits. Alright, so I've got 1100 gold. What do we have here mainly? Mainly AD, not really any crit, but also not a ton of healing, so I'm just going to build a Warden's Mail to be super tanky, pick up a pink. I've also, because I don't play Zombie Ward, I just think the Domination Tree doesn't scale as well, and I think taking as many things as you can to try and help you scale on Nunu is probably the best.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I actually don't mind keeping Stealth Ward, because I think Vision is very undervalued as well on Nunu. Sweeper is good too if the enemy's warding a lot, but also putting Vision, you know, deep in the enemy jungle is very strong. Okay, we just tank a little bit. We have Aftershock proc, so we can tank tower fine. Sell them off and make them play, and we should be able to... I don't know if Skarner's trying to ult me here. Okay, well my Bard is trying to 1v1 a Pyke for some reason. Okay, we just take the full wave. Got Skarner's flash. Hey, yo. Bobby. Fuck his bone plating. He has no E. Did I just... No, I was gonna say, I'm sure I hit at least 1 E on him. Okay, we give passive to my team here. Hitting inhib. I think we just look to get inhib, get out. We're all pretty low mana. Got 1100 gold. I also could have went Gargoyles this game, but I only had 1k gold, so I'm just going to keep building towards Randuin's just because great armor stats, great HP stats, good active slow. We've been testing a lot with Rammus. So again, not going to be the highest damage dealer in the game, obviously, but that's not the goal. You just want to play tempo-wise, like Rune-wise, decent amount of damage with Aftershock. Font of Life has healed the team quite a bit. Conditioning feels great. Revitalize is great. We already know. We completed Tenacity by 10 minutes, so we had 20% Tenacity, and Triumph has healed us 1200 as well as an additional almost 400 gold, which feels great. Again, our boy's not in a great spot. I know a lot of people aren't going to like tank, but you guys should try this build out. I'll make sure to put runes up at the start of the video like some people have asked for, as well as maybe the build path. So if you guys have any questions, leave some comments down below, and I will probably update the tank guide as well. Cheers.